Hello my friends, welcome back. The Cyberpunk 2077 finally came out and I heard it's really good on the PC, but if you are playing on the PlayStation, as I do, it have a lot of bugs. But today I want to talk about mainly knife throwing in the game. Is it good, is it bad, what you can do there, and also explain the technique that you can see there. So let's get started. So first of all, I have to mention, if you don't know this guys, this game was in developing for about 7 years, so keep that in mind. Now let's talk about knife throwing. So it's actually in the game, but only one technique, conventional half-spin. I'm gonna be talking about it a little bit later. And you can throw only small knives, and larger knives are impossible to throw. I don't know why, because in games like Dying Light you can throw like larger blades and it's really cool and fun. But what I really hate, they made this feature that if you're gonna throw your knife into the enemy or anywhere, the knife actually evaporates. It disappears and it makes totally no sense, because this game it's made specially on the looting system, that you are finding the stuff in the corpses of the enemy or in the boxes, stuff like that. And like I said, if you're gonna throw it, the knife disappears, and I think this is very bad feature. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this, and now I will explain more about the technique that you can see in the game, conventional half-spin. Like I said, sadly in the game it's only one technique, and it's overhand conventional half-spin. I will first tell you how actually do it in the real life, and after I will explain advantages and disadvantages. So this technique, it's one of the most simplest that you can do in knife throwing world. You're gonna aim, pull back and let it slide. It's very easy guys. I often show this technique to the beginners, super simple. There you go. But it would be actually good technique for the combat or stuff like that. I will explain in a second. Conventional half-spin is very accurate technique, and that's why it's often used on the competition as the first distance, or knife throwers are using it as a throwing around the person. It's super accurate and very consistent. But in the combat scenario, it's, I think, one of the worst techniques, because it's very hard to do. Instinctive, it's also possible. I will show you one example in a little bit later. But for the instinctive throwing, this technique, it's very difficult, like I said, because if you want to be close from the target, knife will under rotate, and if you will go a little bit more back, for example like here 4 meters, it's gonna over rotate. So this technique for the combat, as it's shown in the game, for the longer distances would be almost impossible. Only scenario is that the enemy would be like turning back, and you would have to specially stand, figure it out the distance from the target and stick it. That would be only way. But like I said, it could be done also instinctive. I will show you one example, but I think they should spend a little bit more time searching about these techniques and stuff like that, because this one for the combat, not that good. So conventional half-spin in the instinctive way, you're gonna hold it totally same, but if you want to do it from the further distances or more closer, you have to choke it, or from the more close distance, you gotta more snap it. So like I said, from here, snap release, from here, lighter and more the choke. Here and here, I think would be here my maximum distance. If I would go a little bit more back for the conventional half-spin in this way, almost impossible, or very bad. Now I will explain two techniques that I would like to see in this game or in the video games in the general. So I think the better would be have military half spin compared to conventional one. Military half spin is controlled with a thumb. It's very powerful, and it's so easy that you can do it from multiple distances, multiple angles. Very easy, you can move it, and it's definitely better for the combat scenarios, and that's why it was also used in the military. And technique number one that I would definitely love to see in the game would be no spin throwing. That one, it's definitely best for the combats because you don't need to know the market distance from your target. So for example, you can be very close, giving yourself protection. Bam, you can throw it, you can go for the back from the target. You can be very like a sneaky, you can go. Just turn it around and throw it, super accurate. And you can use with a no spin any kind of tool as you know it. It could be large katana, screwdrivers, anything. So I would love to see that also the developers in the game would also spend a little bit budget to this knife throwing section. Even I know that it wasn't the main focus of the game, but like this you could make more fun. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Alright guys, so let's summarize this. As I said at the beginning, you can throw in the game only small knives. The large blades you can't, I don't know why. When you're gonna throw your blades into the enemy, the knife disappears. That's also super strange. And in the game, only one technique, conventional half spin, that is totally horrible for the combat. So I think, guys, after 7 years, I'm personally a little bit disappointed, but that's only my opinion. You can let me know your opinions in the comment section below. But for today, that's it. So thank you everyone for watching. Share, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.